Hey, welcome back. Fight Designer here again with another edition of the MoCap Diaries. What I have to share today is I got some more toys. Thank you, Perception Neuron, for getting these out in a timely manner. These are the gloves to go along with the Perception Neuron Studio suit, not really suit, but strap setup that I've got. And I have just popped some batteries in these and tried them on, but I haven't tried them on with full setup, so we're gonna see if we can get everything going and see how that goes. One thing I did think was kind of cool is they came with, took me a second to figure out what these were, but it's some of these gloves. And actually this is kind of brilliant because what I want to do is be able to use these with students in a classroom, and having something like this underneath the glove may actually go a long ways towards not having to wash them as frequently or worry about germs or things like that, because I'm not sure how hard it is to wash these, pull out the electronics and all that, and give them a proper wash. I'm hoping not to have to do that with any of this stuff too much, because this actually has wires and hardware in it, unlike the straps where it's just plastic once you pop the sensors out. So I'm not sure how hard these would be to wash, and I really don't want to have to find out. So I'm going to be ordering some more of these. That's a brilliant idea. Thank you, Perception Neuron. So let me go ahead and get the sensors out and calibrate and try them on, and then I'll be back in just a sec. All right, so we're getting close here. I'm in my strangest fetish wear ever. I am assuming that the last of these sensors, instead of going on the smallest of the hand straps like it does when you're doing it without the gloves, I'm assuming that it goes in the holder on the gloves here. There wasn't a whole lot of specific instructions. There was nothing that came with the gloves. So we shall see. Now the gloves run off their own battery. There's a AA battery on each side here, and an on-off switch. You can see it's kind of blinking green there. So they have that, as well as having a holder built in for one of the sensors. So it gets both, which that side now has. And there's, I think, supposed to be an extra calibration step when you have the gloves as well. So we'll see how that goes. Now that I'm almost done. Again, this would definitely be a faster and easier process with an assistant. So when I do this in the classroom, I guess I'll have to decide if I'm trying to do everything myself or if I choose to trust students enough with this gear to let them help each other out and hopefully not break anything. All right. So now, let's see what we got here, shall we? All right, monitor's back up. Okay, so there we go. Obviously with plastic gloves on, doesn't breathe too well. Might get a little sticky when you're hot, but we'll see. And let's calibrate, shall we? All right. Oh, there we go. Fortunately, the mouse pad still works with this. $45. All right. Touching my thumbs is the next calibration step. All right. And let me start recording this. All right, I'm touching my head and it looks like it's out here. So that doesn't look right calibration-wise. Let's try this again. Yeah, it still won't. Well, let me go back behind my head, really. And if I try and touch my head, it's in front of my head. So that is off a little bit. Huh. All right, so we may be having some calibration issues. Just in terms of tracking that. Yeah, so I'm touching my foot, and it doesn't think I am. It thinks there's a little space there. All right, so some of the same calibration issues I was seeing before, but I do appear to have hands, right? And I will zoom in on this motion recording later to see how well it matches what I'm doing here. So let's try some basic tests, right? We've got live long and prosper. What else we got? Drama llama, blah blah blah. That doesn't really work. Oh well. So in terms of any kind of restricted movement, not bad at all. You know, I definitely have full range of motion. This stuff's pretty out of the way unless I'm actually trying to, you know, lean up against or interact with something. But I feel like as long as I'm just being me, that's pretty out of the way. If I were doing front falls or something, the only issue I'd really have right now would probably be the foot sensors, honestly. I can still hold things. So this does allow me to play with grip, I suppose. That little adjustable strap on the palm doesn't really get in the way much at all. I could tighten it up if I wanted to. This is a size medium. Now I budgeted in the grant for 2 pairs of gloves because those were the things that they're not one size fits all the way the straps are. So I went ahead and got the medium to start with, and I'm gonna see if that's an issue. If it ends up being an issue, you know, some people just generally don't fit because their hands are too big or too small, and wearing another pair of gloves under them doesn't work or something, then I might go ahead and buy another pair, but we'll see how that goes. The fact that the fingertips are open, not only does it make the touchscreen probably easier, but it also makes size a little less of an issue. So if my hands were a little bigger, it probably wouldn't be that big a deal. I just have more fingertips poking through the ends, and it would still be able to register kind of what's happening with those poses. Now, is this going to be detailed enough that I could do, you know, that I could do sign language, things like that? I'm not sure. It does seem like it might be having some calibration issues. It's not too bad, but it is offset. Yeah, my fingertips are touching each other, and it looks like they're a little offset on there, right? If I go fist to fist, well, that looks like, okay, that's missing. Yeah, it looks like I'm offset a little bit side to side. That makes them hit touch, and I'm obviously not quite right there. But yeah, the biggest one is just the arms are more forward when they're up than they are in real life. So, you know, these are behind my head, and on the recording you can kind of tell it's kind of like I'm here, shading my eyes from the lights or something. So yeah, in terms of basic functionality tests, yes, they work. Woohoo! In terms of exact accuracy, hard to say. Again, this is still my basement studio, far from ideal situation in terms of interference. Metal beams, LED lights, swords, 2 computers, more swords, more lights, more metal beams, power conduit. Not the best place. So will this be better in an acting classroom? We'll find out in a couple of months when I'm actually back on campus in our new space, and I'm really looking forward to that. And also then having more space with which to play with these to see how they all work. Let's see if that registers. Yeah, that's lining up about right. Finding these reference points, right? So that if I were to do I don't remember how to do the Macarena. I don't remember those. But yeah, if you had something like that where you're indexing specific body parts, it looks like, you know, some of them are going to work better than others. And that's just how it goes. But we'll see how this maps onto other avatars some other time. Go web go. and we'll see how it does in another space some other time. But right now, I just got them in, wanted to make sure they work, test them out, and give a quick update. So, thank you. Stay tuned. I'm actually going to be out of town, traveling a little bit off and on for the next couple weeks. Not leaving right away, but I'll have a couple of weeks when I'm out, and I'm not taking my laptop and all this other stuff with me. So it's probably going to be at least another month before I get another update on MoCap stuff. So just a heads up on that. If you're waiting a while, that's why. So in the meantime, stay safe, have fun, stay cool, and I'll talk to you about something in some other time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Oh, mine is an evil laugh. Palms touching. Yeah, that's offset. That's got an offset there.